Now, let's bring on the boys of Geekscape Games. Derek, Shane, Josh, and Carlos. And I'm seeing myself out. Goodbye.
Wow, look at that. That was so stellar. Hello and welcome everyone. Or wait, hold on. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the Geekscape Games podcast. This is level 198. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's right. We are back. We are back with another episode of the Geekscape Games podcast, the #1 video game podcast on the Geekscape.net work. Merry Christmas, everyone. I feel like I just, well, half of you. I just saw half of you.
Happy holidays. What's up, y'all?
Sorry.
Hey guys,
holidays.
how's it going?
I apologize.
I just realized I was muted till now. I think this is level 199.
Wow, that's it. We're not invited anymore. It's over. Wrap it up, guys.
What do you mean 199? I looked this up. I looked it up.
Yeah, but you also recorded an episode while you were in Los Angeles that you haven't released yet.
That was a special.
It's a special. Okay. I just like you number everything even when the episodes don't come out. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Thanks, Derek. You're looking. I like the shave. You're
it's
looking.
It's the medication. That's the depression beard's gone. Yeah. I lost all my beard because of the medication.
You had me scared. I thought it was something else completely.
Yeah, just as soon as it touches the tongue, it just falls right off.
Yeah.
But only off of the bottom half of my face.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is our end of year spectacular. We're going to be talking the year in review and some of our favorite games, least favorite games, stuff we're looking forward to next year. Derek, I haven't talked to you in a minute.
Mm-hmm. You had a whole trip to Los Angeles, and
yeah.
I just heard about it and missed you guys a lot. But I'm glad that you all had an excellent time.
You missed the stinky cosplayers.
The stinking cosplayers?
Yeah, you missed it, bro. You missed it. It was fun. It was cool. We went. I don't know. It's gonna make it on the bonus episode. I don't wanna spill the beans how I got in early, but it's pretty good. It's a good story. So you guys gotta keep a listen. Watch out for that bonus episode if Shane ever gets it out.
He's only been back for like 3 weeks. So
yeah, right. Like
these things take time. Like great, you can't rush greatness.
There you go, Josh. Thank you so much for understanding. My laziness is greatness. It's great laziness. So, and all you Geekscapists out there,
I think we should get this bread though, because I know we're
we're on a tight
schedule
let's
today.
Get this bread.
Let's get this bread game.
So, Matt Kelly,
games of the year.
Wow.
I honestly I felt like I played maybe like 2 or 3 new games that came out this year.
It's because that's how long it took for them to download.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I need to air some grievances.
What did I do now?
No, with the Game Pass.
Okay.
They just arbitrarily
offer too much value, and you can't decide what to do.
No, they just arbitrarily will update a game and then it'll break, and I have to completely re-download everything. Yo, shouts out to the Clean Freak. ITM, my boy. Appreciate you popping.
Do you know who that is? For real?
That is
Did he
that is a
donate?
homie from
why are we doing this whole thing? We should probably talk about that.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Derek. Let's.
So just like last year, we've been streaming for not we collectively, but different people from the Geekscape Network have been streaming since 6 a.m. Eastern. No, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern this morning, and we are raising money for Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America. Specifically, we're looking at a kid named Liam this year, who sounds like a really cool kid and sounds like he has a lot in common with us. We're nowhere near New Jersey, so we can't be your big brother. I'm sorry, but we're there in spirit, and we're raising money for you, and we're at $909 of a $2,000 US goal. And we've got like 2 hours left to do it, so we've got a long way to go. Pick up your phone, go to Geekscape.net. There's a link there. There's a link at the bottom that is currently on the ticker there, I think, as well. It's popping up from time to time. Donate money. We're going to talk about games now. Liam, I hope you played some good games this year. And I hope you played It Takes Two, which was the very best game that came out in 2021. I thought I was going to come here and it was going to be like a hot take, like, oh, all these big, Resident Evil 8 and Deathloop and, Metroid and all these crazy games came out. But you know what the best game was? It was It Takes Two. But then that won Game of the Year at the Game Awards. So it's not like a cool opinion to have now. But it is so much fun. And like, Michaela doesn't really. Daniel Campuzano says some of us have been also watching just as long. Kill me. You just got two. You got 2 hours to go. So not too much.
Let's get this bread.
Let's get this bread.
Actual snail. Shouts out.
Thank you.
So we should probably focus on. So I feel like I need to play It Takes Two. I feel like I need to play more.
I also feel like this was going to be a funny episode in that, like, I don't think any of us played any of the same games based on how those episodes went. So, did anybody else play It Takes
Two for like 15 minutes?
It's on my list. Like, I think it's on my list, but everything keeps getting pushed back with, like, I feel like this year has been like a non-stop just blockbuster after blockbuster. So it's been really hard to really.
I feel like the back half of this year was like that. The first half of this year was like dry as a bone, and then now it's like every 2 weeks there's like some massive release that's like biting for my attention.
It's weird. It's like, to me, I feel like a lot of good games came out this year, but not a lot of like great games came out this year. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I really, really liked, and I think I bought more games this year than I have in a while. Yep. But with that said, none of them were like blew me away, and none of those I really felt like were
not even Balan Wonderworld.
Oh no! Oh yeah! God, I forgot I played that. I forgot that was this year. That feels so long ago.
Balan Wonderwall, Balan Wonderland.
Balan, I don't know.
Oh God, yeah, but yeah, like that's kind of what I was thinking. And I mean, there's still so many games that I haven't played yet that are definitely contenders. But from the ones I played yet, there's like a lot of really, really good ones, but nothing that like really blew me away. I feel like Forza was the closest to it, but then the more you play it, the more the glitches become so obvious, and like the more you dig into the game, like the more you try to get out of it, the more you'll recognize the flaws. And now it's like, I don't know, like for me, it's it's probably Metroid at this point. That game, like I'm not the biggest Metroid fan. I like it, but it never was a game that really grabbed me the same way as a lot of other Nintendo properties. But this one, I feel like just kind of hit a certain way, and it kind of went above and beyond what I expected from a Metroid game.
It's different.
Yeah, like it's really, really good. And then most of the year I raved about Monster Hunter Stories 2. That's probably my other game of the, like, if I were to contend, it would be between Metroid and Monster Hunter Stories 2. Just the whole RPG aspect, the monster collection. I thought it was just kind of peak genre kind of material that game delivered.
I feel like it's been a tough back half of the year because so many games that I feel like were Unreal and could be contenders for me, I barely touched because of what the release schedule has been like. Like, I was super stoked on the new Life is Strange, and then like a week later Deathloop came out, so I like haven't gone back to it since. And then like 2 weeks after Deathloop came out, Ratchet and Clank came out or something. No, Deathloop was way later. Something else came out.
Like
Guardians came out, and then like 2 weeks after Guardians came out, Forza came out, and then like 2 weeks after that, Halo came out, and like, and I just keep moving to the newest game, and then being like, oh, I'll play that one next, and then never getting back to it because more stuff just keeps coming out. So Halo has been ruling my life a little bit lately, and but I don't know, there's just so much. There's so much good stuff, and for Halo to come out right at the tail end of the year too, and for them to drop the multiplayer early, like I feel like they cannibalized Forza themselves more than anything. I don't know.
And I want to air another grievance. Why?
And I even played Halo with Shane, and that was a blast.
Yeah. I think that was like the second time some Geekscape Gamists ever played a game together.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember playing Smash Bros on the Wii U with Josh, and he just kept just pounding my head into the sand. I was like, man, this isn't fun. Josh is too good. But more grievances to air. Microsoft, why you drop in co-op so much later on Halo?
I mean, did you want the game to be delayed another year?
Wait, did you see that it works right now? There's like a glitch where you can play co-op right now.
Really?
Oh, split screen?
Yeah, and then but if either player dies, the game crashes, and there's a good chance your save will get corrupted. But yeah.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not play that.
Working as intended.
Just don't die.
Just don't die. It's what do they call it? It's
the Dark Souls of Halo.
No, what do they call it? Like in how Last of Us 2 added it, where it's like
a permadeath mode.
Yeah, it's a permadeath mode.
Nuzlocke, I'd like to call it, but it locks your system completely and completely corrupts it, right?
Yeah. I was looking at some of my favorite games from this year, and I realized that my game of the year came out in 2020. So shouts out SnowRunner, game of the year after it came out.
That's what pulled you away from Death Stranding Director's Cut.
Yeah.
Well,
After a whole 2 hours of playing.
Dude, let's not go over that.
I've got some grievances about the amount of time that you've put into Death Stranding, because that was one of the, like, I don't know, I feel like that was a formative game experience in my entire life that I've just had recently, because it just came out and it did not affect me the same way when I played it on PS4. And I was so excited for you to play it, and you got mad at me because you had to download it. And even after going through all of that, you're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to play this truck game instead. Like, what the fuck?
Priorities, right?
I mean, to be fair, both games control about the same. It's like about the same speed.
Oh yeah,
kind of the same gameplay.
I mean, it just sounds like you loaded too many packages on your
around.
back. If you're, you know.
Yeah. Well, I finally got to the Alaska section in SnowRunner, and it's like,
can you see your house?
All over. I drove past my house. I saw myself. I saw myself through the window. I saw myself through the window. The PS5 was tipped over with dust on the corner. But no, like with the meme aside, SnowRunner's amazing. It came out the year prior, but I think my game of the year was Industria, that Half-Life 2 style, very linear, story-driven FPS game. Absolutely blew me away. It's I've talked about it before on the pod. $20 on Steam. Super indie title. They deserve every penny, and if they hopefully they'll make enough money to get a sequel out there, because I would love to see the story continue. And let's if it's really like Half-Life, they'll stop it too. They'll tease 3. They'll stop it too. But it's only a few months old, so I don't want to spoil the story at all, but it's just very tremendous, and it goes back to that 2000s era, linear story driven FPS, and it's awesome. Check it out. Like, everyone needs to check it out. If you got a PC, check it out. It might be it's a little buggy with some of its performance issues, but the dev team is working on it. And I honestly say, of all the stuff that I've played, that's the one that sticks out of my mind the most, besides SnowRunner. But trucks. Carlos, your game of the year, your absolute game of the year.
Dude, I would say the first game I ever put this much time in, I think I would have to say Monster Hunter Rise. I thought the game was fantastic. It was a great upgrade from World, easy, accessible. I got a lot of my friends who never touched Monster Hunter to play this one. They love it. They love the style of it. We're excited. And of course, all these free DLCs they've been dropping since the beginning of the launch, and even excited for the new DLC that's around the corner. I cannot pressure you guys so much to play this game. It's cool. You like ninjas? Cool.
Who doesn't like ninjas?
Yeah, you like ninjas. You like ninja clothes.
Who doesn't like ninja clothes?
Right. You want a dog buddy to help you out.
Who doesn't want a dog bunny to help you out?
You want a cat.
You know who doesn't want all of those things?
Cool.
Jonathan London.
He does not want that. None of those whatsoever. He's more of a Pikmin walking kind of guy. He's a real hardcore gamer, I could tell.
You mentioned ninjas. I love ninjas. Played a lot of Senran Kagura. Definitely Ninja Academy. So I had a.
You're just a ninja hunting ginormous monsters in this cool, kind of samurai ninja theme world. So I think that's what really brings out the game, and I think a lot of people are mostly excited for the PC version, which looks even more fantastic. I know they had a demo run this past year, so I know for my PC folks out there, don't trip. It's coming soon. It's gonna look awesome. I love Halo Infinite. I cannot tell you guys how much I got hooked on the multiplayer.
Oh, I'm so thankful they finally added like Slayer modes.
It's so cool. I have not felt this excited to play a Halo game since Halo 2, and that's like a long time ago. So I like Reach and I love ODST, but I think this is like a great way to kind of push the series a little further. Multiplayer I thought was really fun. It's just overall it's just fun. I don't know. It just feels like you're playing a LAN game from like, I don't know, early 2000 3, I would say. It's just fun. No one's really like upset. It's just you're just shooting things and you're riding motorcycles. You're just doing all this chaotic thing, and it's really fun. Um, and
I have to agree. Like I was, you mentioned it felt like going back to like an old LAN party.
Yeah.
It reminded me of playing Halo 2 at LAN parties. Everyone brought their CRT TV over and borrowed an Xbox. It's absolutely wild. Brought me back to the launch of Halo 3 and the most cursed video ever on the internet. Derek knows Derek knows what I'm talking about. You guys might know what I'm talking about.
Link in the show notes.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I will burn Geekscape down. So
I would say there's 2 other games I did not add on the list, but I'll go over them really quick. If you haven't picked them up, Cruisin' Blast. I cannot get over that game. I love Cruisin' Blast. You guys don't know, our audio listeners, and if you have not checked out Cruisin' Blast, it is literally the Cruisin' USA game that's you see at Dave & Buster all the time. But guess what? You don't have to spend $5 to play it every time. You can spend right now at this moment on the eShop. It is on sale for $20. I highly recommend it if you want to pick up a game that's going to be fun. It's stupid. You can literally you can make a car into a dinosaur. It's amazing. It's great. I can't even tell you. And I'm excited for the next installment, which they announced over Reddit today. So I'm pretty ecstatic for that too. Another game that did.
Well, hold on. Don't just gloss over that. What happened?
So today, the guys at Raw Thrills had an awesome Reddit AMA, and they had folks ask them a bunch of questions about why it doesn't have online, why did the game, a lot of missing features, and you could tell that they were really just testing the water to see how good it sold, and apparently it sold extremely well. That they announced that they are making Cruisin' Switch, which is currently in development. And another big dropping news is that the guys at Raw Thrills are currently working with Nintendo to port all the Cruisin' USA games that have been released since the beginning. And I don't know if it's a remake or they're adding more stuff, but they're doing like a trilogy set of sorts. So that's pretty cool. They're working on that. They're trying to get that out. And one of the cars that did not make it onto Cruisin' Blast was a toilet, hot rod toilet, that every time you crash, poop will fly out everywhere. So I was a little upset that wasn't added because I would have loved that car immensely. I'm a child. I'm a child at heart, man. I love stupid stuff like that. But it's really cool. You can read all of it. You can go to Raw Thrills. They have the Reddit links. So you can check out all the cool questions people ask about online, possible online in the future with their future games. So look out for Cruisin' Switch. I guess that's their next game. And I think one more game that did not add to the list, which No More Heroes 3. I thought the game was really cool. If you really want to have a trippy kind of, I would say the game, you could probably pass through it 5 to 6 hours. It is a fever dream unlike anything else in the world. I think we finished this game off pretty strong for Travis Touchdown. So those are like my 4. I think those are amazing games.
Wait. What did you say? What was it?
No More Heroes 3.
Oh, No More Heroes 3. Oh, okay. I had no idea what you said. I'm sorry.
Josh, I know you're not here for the whole episode because you are the one of us who's in California, so you're going to be headed to the show.
Wait, I'm in California. What are you talking about?
Are you going to the show?
Are you at the theater right now?
No, I'm going to after this.
Oh, okay.
So.
Josh is closer California to the theater.
Yeah. Well,
I would love to know what
30-minute warning if you want to start heading out.
I just wanted to know what else Josh had to say mostly. Yeah. So,
I think just focusing on all the great games that we didn't get to play because, like you said, there's so much that came out all at once. I think sitting on my shelf, both physically and digitally, right now is like, It Takes Two. We talked about, played that for a little bit, and then got distracted. Tales of Arise, which won Best RPG at the Game Awards. I played that for like an hour. Monster Hunter Rise, which Carlos was just talking about, played that for like an hour. Deathloop still wrapped. Guardians of the Galaxy still wrapped. It's like there's just so many games. Like Bravely Default 2 is another one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. I think it actually got snubbed for the RPG nomination at the Game Awards. But
I forgot that Mario and Bowser's Fury came out this year as well as Skyward Sword. I forgot, completely forgot.
Right, yeah. And if anyone gets a chance to play Bowser's Fury, that was really, really good. Like I wasn't expecting much out of it, But if you play it, it's completely different from the main game. I thought it was just going to be like an expansion to the main game. And I don't know if any of you guys have played it, but it felt like a test run for their next Mario game.
Yeah.
Like their next mainline Mario game, where it was kind of like an open world. Like each level was interconnected in this massive hub.
Yep.
And like whenever you would go to a new area, it would just start up seamlessly, like if you were in a new world. It was pretty crazy what they did with it. And
I mean, at this point, we're gonna see all of our favorite game characters go open world, because Sonic's going open world as well. So we got Halo Infinite, we got Master Chief going in weird open world as well, but it's also kind of RPG. So, I mean, anything's possible. We're getting Pokemon that's open world. This is like a weird. I think Breath of the Wild set off like expectations for everything to be open world. So.
What I know it was unpopular, but Gears 5 was open world too, and I thought it pulled it off pretty well. That's probably an unpopular opinion from what I see online, but I liked it.
No, I forgot that came out.
I mean, too.
That's another one I was stoked for, but it's very far back on the list of new releases that are catching my attention at this point.
Play some co-op. What open world game would you guys like to see in a linear style? Grand Theft Auto hallway shooter. Never mind. That's a terrible title. Don't print that. Cut that.
Is that Max Payne?
I would want. I mean, there's already a Metal Gear Solid. I would say another one would be Star Fox. I would really love to see a Star Fox open world game. There's so much potential. I know they tried that with Adventures, but Adventures was like held back constraints even with the technology at the time. So I think now is the perfect time more than ever that we need a open world Star Fox. I mean, they've already done it with a couple of spaceship games. I mean, it's possible. It can be an open world, like open space world kind of thing. I would really want to see that, definitely.
I know it came out like 5 years too late, but Starlink was fucking great.
Right.
Yeah.
And that had Star Fox in it, so make a Star Fox game like that without the toys, and we're good.
We're good. We're set. And we'll actually just make us use the amiibos we've all bought, because I have like 30 of them, and I don't know what to do with them now. So.
30.
I still have
30. Come on.
I decided like 6 months ago that I was gonna like sell mine because they're just taking up space, but they're now just taking up more space because now they're spread out, and I need to like catalog them because I have like I think like 110 or 120 of them like in box, and they're all like first run from like the first like 6 or 7 waves or whatever. So I need to like figure out which printing week they're from, because then they're worth more on eBay and like all this stuff, and it's just like so much. It feels like so much work, but also
I get a percentage of that Luigi that I got you.
I'll send you the Luigi. Let me know your PayPal, and I'll send you that and your Taylor Swift money.
I haven't sent this. The second album is sitting on my desk. It has not entered the mail yet.
I need to send you money first. So.
Don't worry about it. Just follow me on Instagram.
I typed in how many amiibos are there, and it came up with 1,076 square feet.
I mean, I believe it. That's about how much it's taking up in the spare room next door.
No, but according to Wikipedia, it says there are 188 amiibo figurines, so I'm pretty sure I have 187 scattered around. All I need is that stupid Box Boy amiibo, and I'm good.
Who the hell's Box Boy?
That's what everyone is asking, and then all of us. So they only printed 5, and now they're $500 a piece.
Wait, what?
Hey, I have my Dark Souls amiibo. I have a Dark Souls amiibo.
I got the
Dark Souls amiibo.
I got the Diablo amiibo too.
Shane, there's so many amiibos.
There's so many, bro. Don't worry. There's an amiibo of Jonathan London. You didn't even know about that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The El Chucho amiibo.
Chucho amiibo.
Man, I'm being like, there's a Dark Souls ambio. Why is there a Dark Souls
ambio?
Well, I would say like we already called down all of the games we played this year.
Sorry.
On the horizon, there is some dope
Zero
games
Dawn,
coming out.
Forbidden West.
So I want you guys to give me some of your like picks that you guys want to play next year, and then definitely I know I have here already. I'm gonna go off because I put these top ones. It's definitely Pokemon Arceus, which comes out next year. I'm gonna get a lot of hate. Elden Ring. I know.
Why are you gonna get a lot of hate?
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I feel like people always give me hate every time I bring up something to do with From Software for some reason.
I mean, it's not for me having recently experienced Demon Souls, but I feel like Bandai Namco just opened the store for collector's editions, and then they had to close it because it was too popular.
We got God of War Ragnarok, which I'm super excited. I haven't even played the first one. I'm excited for this one. So
Yeah.
I got this holiday break. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna beat it. I know that. And then of course Horizon Forbidden West. That's on my top list for sure. I'm really excited. I don't know who put Windjammers 2. I thought that game was out. My bad.
Yeah, it comes out January 20th. Comes out January
out.
20th. They just announced it this week, and it might be my most anticipated game of 2022 because it's so Windjammers is so good, and Michaela and I have lost so many evenings and so many hours just being like, screw you, we're playing again. Screw you, we're playing again, like over and over and over. Because Windjammers is so much fun, and obviously the Switch port of the original game looks super dated, and Windjammers 2 is like gorgeous art and like great music, and there's like tons of characters, and it just looks like so much smoother of an experience. And not only looks like plays like we got to play it like we got to play it back in like 2019 at PAX West, and it's crazy now that we're like 2 years later almost, and it's just finally coming out. It's also on Game Pass day one.
Oh really? Oh
yeah,
man.
and I could not be more excited.
Excited. Cool. And then someone wrote Sports Story. That looks really awesome.
That was me as well.
Good stuff.
The long awaited and will it ever come out sequel to Golf Story, which was, I feel like, came out at Switch launch or very shortly after, and quickly became like one of my favorite Switch games ever, and probably one of my favorite like RPGs ever. And it's one of those games where whenever I ask anyone if they've played it, they're like, "What's that? I've never heard of it." So it's like $12 or $13 on the eShop, and it is a freaking blast. It really reminds me of the old like Mario Golf games from like the Game Boy and stuff like that. And it's got a really good like campaign and or a really good like story, and you know, it's right there in the title. So
yeah. So it's a good thing it delivers on that front at least.
Right.
But yeah, as far as mine, and then after this I'm going to head out to the main show. But I feel like Breath of the Wild is definitely at the top. I'm just kind of reluctant to say it because who knows if it's actually going to come out next year.
I mean, I feel like half of these games, like they'll probably get delayed.
Yeah, right. But assuming it comes out, Breath of the Wild is definitely at the top. That's my favorite Zelda game and might be pretty close to the top of my list of favorite game ever. So more of that's always welcome. The Monster Hunter expansion, of course, looks amazing. And if I ever get the chance to actually play through Rise, I can move on to the DLC. So that's definitely a goal for next year. What else? I feel like Horizon's definitely up there. I feel like I'm just kind of repeating a lot of what Carlos already said. But yeah, it just, I feel like there's not a whole lot that I've seen coming yet that has me super hyped aside from that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Just hopefully, fingers crossed that we get those games. And then Pokemon Legends, it's like I'm looking forward to it, but I have really tempered expectations. Like I almost don't think it's going to be good, but I've kind of been excited just to see how it turns out one way or another. But yeah, that's probably about it for me. And then that, I'm going to sign off, guys. So it's good talking to you, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, Josh. Have fun. All right, let's get back to It Takes Two.
So most anticipated games, SnowRunner expansion pack.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, they just released season 6 of SnowRunner that came out the other day. So that is in fact a thing, that there are seasons to SnowRunner. So I need to buy the season pass. It is.
Is there a battle pass too? Get this cool
I was waiting for him to tell me that right now. Is there a crossover with Marvel at any point?
Yeah, there's gonna be a Marvel SnowRunner crossover. You have to go pick up a case, a Connex of Funko Pops, Marvel Funko Pops.
Love it.
Drive them past SDCC and you know, get past all the nerds. But Stalker 2. I was a huge Stalker.
I didn't even know there was a part 1. Sounds good.
Oh, dude, it is. So Stalker is based off of a movie that came out in the 70s. It's based off of a novel called Roadside Picnic, which is that shitty MMORPG Stay Out that I played like a month ago. Is based off the same stuff, but it is an exclusion zone set in Russia or some sort of Eastern European, Eastern Bloc type of place, and you got to there's these stalkers that sneak into this exclusion zone to steal these alien relics that they're like perpetual motion machines or batteries that never run out of energy, stuff like that. Really good. But there's also like weird sci-fi stuff that happens. So Stalker 2, it's been, I think the last Stalker expansion pack came out 10 or so years ago.
I think
it came
even
out
more than that, maybe. Yeah, it's been forever.
So that's going to be really cool. And then at the game,
it's also the first big game I think to use Unreal Engine 5, and it looks freaking gorgeous.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. And they're going to have some NFT integration.
No, they canceled that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they canceled that. Yeah.
Today, I think yesterday or today. Was it yesterday?
I think it was just yesterday.
Yeah,
because they just announced it the day before, I think. So yeah, that is not a thing anymore.
All right. Well, NFTs are still cool. The technology form is really interesting. The Game Awards.
You're displaying, I think, your Jonathan London NFT behind you there, aren't you?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Exclusive.
I
one of one.
I could mint this as an NFT and auction it off. Let's do it. This. Don't you want that on your Ethereum wallet?
That was great. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, the Game Awards came out a couple of weeks ago, and they had a bunch of trailers. When did the Game Awards become E3 2? Like E3 2, E3 but better.
I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago or so.
Oh, fuck you. But they had a trailer for Space Marine 2, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. I screamed like a little girl because
I think I heard you all the way.
Yeah, me too.
Canada. Yeah.
Because the original one came out 15.
I've never played that game. I never played the first one.
I mean, it came out in 2011.
It looks like Gears of War to me. As somebody who's never played that series, it looked like Gears of War.
It is very Gears of War-esque. There's not really a good cover mechanic, but if you're really into the Warhammer 40K lore, which is deep, like there's a lot of lore, and it's all really interesting stuff. Basically, here's a great way to describe Warhammer. Hulk Hogan is fighting the devil in a cathedral the size of Rhode Island.
Awesome.
And Hulk Hogan,
he's fighting Vince McMahon, you mean?
Yes. So Hulk Hogan's fighting Vince McMahon.
Gotcha.
You know, he's the reincarnated Jesus and the devil. They're in a cathedral the size of Rhode Island, and Hulk Hogan is wearing a suit of armor made out of buses.
Awesome! Wow, that sounds like really chaotic. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
But because the original one was done by it was THQ and Relic, and those don't exist anymore. So all of a sudden, like we're getting a new one, a trailer out of nowhere.
Who's making this new one then? If Deep Silver is Deep Silver?
No. I could look. It was oh god, it was somebody that was like, give me trepidation. God, what the hell? God, Google ad services.
All right. I want to say though, there is something here that really made me laugh. I didn't want to laugh during the stream, but it says cautiously optimistic Dying Light 2. Who the fuck wrote that?
I wrote that because the first game was so good. And like
how do you feel about the recent trailer? I feel like it's kind of cringy.
That's why I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
You know? I'm not quite
We're on
sure.
the same level, bro. We're on the same level.
But that and just delay after delay after delay on that one, and it's finally coming out. What is it? February?
It's another Dead Island situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna probably buy that game day one for sure. But will I regret spending that $90 or not remains to be seen. But it just feels like it feels like they've really taken their time with it based on the amount of delays that we've gotten. But is it at the point where
Sorry. I had to confirm that it was in fact Saber Interactive who is making the Space Marine 2 game.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at their Wikipedia, company portfolio includes World War Z, NBA Playgrounds, Crisis Remastered, WWE 2K Battlegrounds, and SnowRunner.
Oh, damn.
So the people that made SnowRunner are making a Warhammer sequel.
Translates, you know.
Game of the year. Game of the year. Done. It's done.
Dying Light 2, I can't wait to play it and hopefully not be disappointed.
You know what I'm excited to play next year? Grand Theft Auto, the remastered edition, because right now it's super broken. I don't know. They're fixing it. That's coming out next year apparently. I don't know. It's on Game Pass, but I wonder
if the Oculus one will come out next year or not.
I'm waiting for the Among Us VR game. How about that?
Oh, that's gonna be a blast for sure.
I'm gonna get dizzy and throw up halfway through for sure.
I'm just there's gonna be so much problematic stuff coming out of an Among Us VR game. I'm just waiting for terrible memes.
They're gonna be on TikTok first for sure before you see them anywhere else.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Well, you get follow Carlos on TikTok.
Right, baby.
First problematic memes.
I just wanted to say I didn't really get to talk very much about my favorite games. So
go for it, man.
I'm just gonna take a minute to do so. It Takes Two was possibly
oh my god, dude.
the most fun I've ever had playing a video game. The biggest reason, which you guys kept interrupting me before I got a chance to say it, Michaela doesn't play or get into a lot of games, and the fact that this was a co-op only game, and you know we played A Way Out before as well, like when it came out, and loved it. But it just feels like, you know, humor wise, it feels like you're playing a Pixar movie in a lot of ways. And I love the fact that the mechanics are completely different depending on which character you are. So you need to talk about it and you need to work together because you can only do one thing and they can only do one thing, and you need to, you know, it takes two to make it all happen. And I love the fact that that's amazing, because once we are far enough away from the game that we've forgotten what happens in the plot or what it feels like we're going to play it again and we're just going to play the other character and it'll have a completely different experience for us. But it's so funny and it's so charming, and like you're going to laugh and you're going to cry, and it's just a great story. And it's co-op only, and it's split screen. Even on PC you can play split screen, which is pretty cool. And yeah, and it's one of those same things where I mean, it's on Game Pass, so it doesn't really matter. But even if one person bought it, you can like send it to a friend and play with that friend with only one of you having to purchase it. But I could not recommend that game enough.
Reminds me of the old school, but the DS download and play.
Oh yeah,
oh,
yes.
Yeah.
For like we do see that all the time for Mario Kart and stuff.
Yeah.
I was also really thankful. It's weird to talk about this game because it's not new by any stretch of the word, but I was really thankful to play Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, because those games, and I loved all three of them, and they very quickly jumped to possibly being some of my favorite games of all time.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
After playing, because you did so people who are listening now don't understand that you played it the complete opposite way.
Oh, I played Andromeda first, yeah,
and
loved it.
First.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you play these three magnificent, perfect, well, not perfect, part 3 was like whatever, but you know, perfect games. How do you compare these 3 games to Andromeda?
I loved Andromeda. Andromeda was great.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. He said, "How do you compare these games?"
I would say I liked. It's tough to compare because
you were avoiding the question.
No, you're not avoiding the question. Let me talk. It's hard to compare because we're comparing chapters 1, 2, and 3 to just a chapter 1, and I would say I probably liked Andromeda more than I liked the first Mass Effect.
All right, everybody, thank you for watching.
That's it.
But as a whole, obviously you can't as a whole the Mass Effect trilogy is better, but that's also like that's the only hole there is. But I don't know. I love the whole series. I really missed a lot of the mechanics that were in Andromeda. That like I was like for sure they took these from the other games because they feel really cool, and then they didn't exist in those other games at all. The open world segments in Andromeda were so much better because as you're driving around the planet, like there's actually like banter between all the characters, and it feels like really organic, and it makes you want to take different characters with you to see how they interact. And I feel like in the first game I was like, oh, they must have added that in the second game. And the second game they're like weren't really vehicle sections from what I remember. And then in the third game they still weren't having that banter or anything like that. So
it says, Derek, don't let the Colonel bully you. Hey man, I got some fried chicken. I'm gonna fry up that Canadian
bacon. Canadian Prime Minister. But yeah, I was super thankful to get that Legendary Edition because I was so interested in the series for so long. But there was multiple times I downloaded Mass Effect and was like, I'm gonna play Mass Effect, and I would get 45 minutes in and I'd be like, this is so old and this feels like crap, and I'm not committing 90 hours to this. And I'm so glad I got to this year because Mass Effect 3 was my favorite one, but the whole series was just freaking awesome. And I think I played the whole thing within like a month. Like I could not put it down. So now I know what everyone's talking about.
See,
and I can't
like
wait for the next one.
I remember getting Mass Effect for the Xbox 360 and it chugging and having performance issues.
Probably. Load times like this, you didn't have to wait for this to load at all. Like, like
and there was a meme that like back in the day, you might not remember this, Derek, because you're so young, but back in the day there was memes about the long elevator rides and they're hidden loading. These aren't loading screens. You're riding an elevator, but the elevator ride takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's partially why I was able to get through it, the whole trilogy in a month, is because it loads just instantly, right? Yeah, it was a blast, and I also love the fact that I didn't like how many years were there between games where I'd be like, oh my god, what a cliffhanger! What is going to happen next? Let's find out right now. Like it was just it worked so well for me. So that was a honorable mention for me this year for sure.
All right. Biggest gaming disappointment of 2021. There's got it, or let down, something along those lines. Mine, PlayStation 5.
Oh my god.
Mine is the amount of time that Shane spent playing Death Stranding. It took like 10 times longer to download than you put into it.
It literally, the game downloaded longer than I actually played it. I played Astro's Playroom, Playpen longer than I did.
I mean, Astro's Playroom is pure gold though, and I've played that like 4 or 5 times. So
yeah.
Mine was buying Battlefront 2042.
Oh no, you did that?
Yeah. So
did you not play the beta?
Daniel says GTA Definitive. I would say that's tied to Battlefield right now at the moment.
Mine
those
was
two games.
Thinking that the Cyberpunk next gen upgrade was going to come out this year.
That was bad.
Or that the game would get any meaningful updates.
No, that either. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen at all. We're not gonna see that even happen until like the PS4 has been discontinued officially.
Yeah, you're gonna see a Gwent expansion pass before you see anything like that. So, that was what are you guys hoping to? What gaming wishes do you have to find under your Christmas tree or Christmas Hanukkah wreath? That never mind. Okay, I'm sorry again. Okay, I made a mistake. Whatever you want for your holiday experience.
Yeah.
What are you wishing for the most?
The only thing that I asked for game wise was a copy of Returnal, because I've not purchased it. I am stoked now that it has I was like, I'm not playing this game unless they add some sort of save functionality, because that's garbage, especially because the PS5 like crashes fairly regularly when it's asleep. So I just didn't want to get into that. Now it has like a suspend function. So that's awesome. But I'm like nervous about purchasing it because I feel like it could be just like, I don't know if I have the patience for how hard it is. And when I decided to not buy it, I had never played like a roguelike or a roguelite or anything like that, and then obviously fell in love with Hades, so I'm very excited for it, but I don't want to pay for it myself in case it's like a Demon Souls thing where I fucking hate that game. I don't know if I can swear on this live show, but oh my goodness, Demon Souls is preposterously not even the hardness, but just like, oh, you died, like go back 25 minutes to like the start of the level and get to the boss again.
I warned you, Derek, in our said like, hey, I'm getting Demon Souls. I'm like, that doesn't really seem like a Derek game. He's like, preposterous. What do you mean? And then like a week later, we're playing Halo. He's like, hey, you remember how you said that wasn't a Derek game? It wasn't a Derek game.
Yeah, but for the first like 2 hours, like the first level, I was like, Shane was so wrong about this. But you're right.
Yeah, always right. So Carlos, what do you want to see? Do you celebrate Christmas? What do you celebrate?
I do, man. And you know what? I'll let you. I gotta. My answer is a little heartfelt. So you should go, Shane. You should go.
Mine is gonna be, I want an RX 5700 XT. My broken one. No,
I sent you one like 5 months ago.
Yeah, something like that. Honestly, this is going to be a little sappy, but play some more video games with my dad. I got him a nice flight setup for his birthday.
Very sweet.
Actually, I just got him playing some Microsoft Flight Simulator together is really fun. So I look forward to that. So that would be more gaming. Turn my dad into a gamist.
I'd like to change my wish, and I also wish you could play more games with your dad.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And hey, Dad, I'm gonna call you out right now. Whenever you have to log back into your email on your computer, I know you cleared your history, and I know what that means. All right.
Okay, Carlos, go.
I would say that my only one wish under this beautiful tamale tree is that all my PS friends or Xbox friends Steam friends all log in to play with me this holiday
Aw.
season. That's all I want. I want to play more games with my friends and catch up, laugh, make some fucking great memories via playing anything. That's all I want.
Swing around the metaverse.
I don't want anything, bro. I just want people to log in and have fun. Let's forget 2021 for a minute.
Yeah, let's do that. So, well, I think that's it, everybody. Thank you for coming to this amazing live stream. We are raising money for Liam, for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Coastal and Northern New Jersey. Check out the link in the description wherever you're watching it, or Geekscape.net. We are currently at 909 of our $2,000 goal. So come on, let's help out Liam.
Your Mr. Clean friend did not donate, just so you know.
Okay, all right. Well,
not to call anyone out or anything, but
well, you called him out. All right,
cut that.
Yeah, cut that.
That's like the definition of calling somebody out as well. That could have happened in the private chat on StreamYard, but you just decided to go all in. Guys, thank you so much. We are still taking donations. I'm sure if you have to wait until tomorrow to donate for some reason, like, go for it. But donate before midnight Eastern Standard if you can. Jonathan is going to be going live in just about 5 minutes. So we've got 2 more ads that we got to run. Once those ads are done, you're going to probably just see an empty stage for a minute, and then the show will begin.
We can just do some audio commentary of the.
All right, so how's everyone else doing? It was great to have you all on here. All right.
Thanks, Matt. Nice work.
So long,
yeah.
Nice work.
Amazing thing you've done, Matt. We love you all.
Yeah, we love you.